Oregon 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. That would be good news for the Hawkeyes. Ohio State beat Northwestern today, 11-6. Buckeyes picking up just their 4th Big Ten win and evening that series with the Wildcats. Jackson Frost in the box first for Iowa. Whitney pounding strikes. He's thrown 24 pitches, 18 of them in the zone. Purdue knocked off Indiana today in Bloomington 5-1. Here's the 0-2 to Frost. That's chin level. Ball 1. Scoreboard update brought to you by U.S. Bank. Here at Principal Park in Des Moines, it's Oregon State 4, Iowa nothing. 1-2. Frost swings and misses. He's out number 1. 3rd strikeout from Whitney. The freshman for the Beavers. And he's off to a good start for Oregon State. Has some run support now after the Beavers had a couple of extra base hits around some walks and hit batters in the 3rd. Here's Blake Guerin with 1 out, bases empty. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Coach Heller told us in pregame that Iowa hitters are going to try to shrink the strike zone today. Be disciplined and make Whitney come to them. Well, he's done a really nice job. Iowa trying to wait him out. So far, so good from the freshman from Oregon State. First strike of the at-bat to Guerin. It's 2-1. Blake getting the start at first base, batting .292. 8 home runs, 4 doubles. Risley on deck. Here's the 2-1. Blake takes another strike at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Whitney calmly back on the rubber. He pitches the 2-2, and Blake swings and misses. Back-to-back strikeouts for Whitney. He's up to 4 now. And here comes 9-hitter Miles Risley. Risley was in the 6th spot yesterday. Miles has moved down. He was a cleanup hitter for a long time this year for Iowa. Trying to get his swing back. Miles batting .307 for Iowa. Takes one up and in for ball 2. Next pitch, Risley swings at and drives it foul over to the right, 2-1. Iowa was down 6-0 yesterday. Came all the way back to tie it. Take a similar effort today, trailing 4-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. The 2-1 pitch to Risley, waved at and missed, 2-2. Whitney's 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He strikes out the side. We are through 3 in Des Moines, and Oregon State leads it 4-0. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
What a season!
Pioneer brand Z-Series Enlist E3 soybeans made that farmer very happy.
And his team is running out
With buckets. Let's cut to Chris in the field.
Those buckets are filled with Pioneer brand Z-Series Enlist E3 soybeans, and they're getting poured.
the fastest growing trait technology all over his head.
He's a good sport.
He got great yields.
See why more farmers are switching to America's #1 soybean trait technology at pioneer.com/grow-enlist.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. That includes the fuel in our vehicles. So when you fill up, pump it up with unleaded 88 and support Iowa's corn farmers. At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Iowa fans filling up Principal Park this weekend, trying to will the Hawkeyes on to victory, trailing Oregon State 4-0 this afternoon as we get to the fourth inning. Aaron Savary out for another inning of work. He'll face 7, 8, 9, Craig, Macias, and Caraway. Aaron ran into some trouble in the third, just like Obermueller did last night. There were 2 walks in the inning, a hit batter, and Oregon State timed up their extra base hits well with a 2-run home run and then a 2 RBI double. 4-0 Beavers, and Craig to lead it off for Oregon State. Savary at 60 pitches through 3 innings. Facing Craig first, whom he struck out back in the second inning. Savary's fastball typically low 90s. Working upper 80s right now. The 1-0 pitch to Craig is hit on the ground, right side, beating the shift. Leadoff single for Craig. Just threw his hands at a pitch that was off the plate from Savary. And that's what you're supposed to do with it. Punch it through the right side. Would have been a routine ground ball for a second baseman, but the shift on had 3 infielders to the left of the bag. Wide open on the right side. Craig is on for Oregon State's 3rd hit of the afternoon, and Macias comes up. First pitch from Savary is bunted. Right back to Aaron. Savary picks it up, throws to first accurately. Sack bunt from Macias. He's out at first. Craig moves to second.
Third baseman, Trent Caraway.
Caraway comes up. Savary walked him. And the first pitch is a changeup that dropped low. Ball 1. Runner in scoring position for the Beavers with 1 out. Another big shift onto the left side to defend Caraway. Savary hits the outside corner, 1-1. Good lead at second base. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. Rogers can't locate it, and so Craig can take third. Rogers removed his mask and looked to his right. The ball was to his left. So Craig moves up to third with less than 2 outs, and that means that Iowa's infield has to come in. Savary's 2-1 pitch. Pops straight up. Wolf and Mitchell giving chase. Both are in the outfield. Mitchell camped, and he caught it for the second out. And then Gable lobs it back in. Craig stays at third. That was a tough play. The outfield was relatively deep considering, and the infield was in on the grass. And that's a big second out. Top of the order for Arquette, who has a 2-run home run this afternoon. Oregon State on top, 4-0 in the fourth. 2 outs and a runner at third. First pitch from Savary. That's up and in for a ball. Close, but off the plate. Iowa has the top of its order due up when we get to the bottom of the fourth. Hopefully at still just 4-0. 1-0 pitch. Half swing by Arquette. He committed. That's strike one. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Challenged him with the high heater, 1-2. And this becomes a big pitch to Arquette. Iowa trying to hold the Beavers off the scoreboard. Savary set with the 1-2. Off the plate outside. See what Aaron elects to throw here. The 2-2. Foul tip. Rogers couldn't bring it in. We'll do it again at 2-2. Savary ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Arquette. Good pitch from Sav on the breaking ball. And Iowa holds Oregon State off the scoreboard. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 4-0. Oregon State back in a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Quinn Schulte, I play safety here at the University of Iowa. On the field, I stop the run, I make the tackle, and I get interceptions.
Rosmer to throw, has time.
Yes,
It's deflected, intercepted again by Quinn Schulte. He's running the other way at the 40-yard line. Hawks have another turnover. We're going to slam the lid, hopefully down. Here's an interception. That'll do it. And it's Quinn Schulte. And down there, the Hawkeyes will have first and goal.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
Your best Hawkeye defense could be vaccines. Iowa HHS reminds you to ask your healthcare provider which ones are right for you and your family. John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Principal Park in Des Moines. So far, it's all Oregon State. The Beavers lead at 4-0 as we get to the bottom of the fourth. And Iowa trying to crack the code that is Dax Whitney. Whitney, the starting pitcher for Oregon State, has been flawless through 3. No base runners for Iowa, no hits, no runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts. He just struck out the side. We'll go to the top of the order. Ben Wilmus is up, and Ben offers at the first pitch. Fouled it back. Whitney struck out Frost, Guerin, and Risley in the third. He threw all fastballs except for 1 pitch. So that should challenge the Iowa hitters to time up a fastball. Here's the 0-1 to Wilmus. That's off the plate away. Hit his spot, but the catcher Weber was set up outside. Ben struck out looking in the first. Here's the 1-1. That's in, ball 2. It was the 4th inning yesterday for Iowa when the Hawkeyes got on the board. Not that these games are identical, but they do feel similar. Yesterday's game and today's. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball from Whitney. It's a good pitch. Wilmus defending here, the 2-2. Line drive, right side over the second baseman's head and into right field. Iowa has its first base runner of the afternoon, a leadoff single from Benny the Jet. First hit of the game for Iowa. Off the bat of Ben Wilmus, and here comes Gable Mitchell. The way Iowa has played all year, you never feel like they're out of it. First pitch to Gable is in the dirt. Yesterday, Iowa was down by as many as 6. Came back to tie it. We'll see what they've got up their sleeve today. 1 ball, no strikes, trailing Oregon State 4-0, bottom of the 4th. Next pitch, Gable fouled back. Mitchell is Iowa's junior shortstop. Batting .348. Coming into today's game. Down to .346 now after popping up to second in the first. Third baseman Caraway thinking that Gable may lay down a bunt. He's in on the grass, toes on the grass. Here's the 1-1 to Mitchell. Gable hits in the air to left center field. Ball carrying. Left fielder going back right in front of the track. He makes the catch for the first out and quickly gets it into second. Macias makes the play. Iowa drawing contact off of Whitney now. That's a start. He's been sharp for Oregon State. 5 strikeouts through 3 1/3. Reese Moore up now for the Hawks. Another left-handed hitter. First pitch to Reese. Inside corner, strike 1. Reese had a hit in last night's game. Struck out earlier today. Pickoff move over to first. Wilmus is back. It's been a while since Reese hit a home run. He's got 9 on the season. Not much wind to speak of today, and it's a warm day in Des Moines. Check swing. Reese held up on a pitch that was high and out. Evening the count at 1. Tyler Guerin is warming up in Iowa's bullpen. We'll see what the plan with Savory is. Ball and a strike on Reese. The pitch. That's in. Breaking ball. Out of the zone. Curveball missed in. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Reese. Iowa getting into deeper counts against Whitney. Reese trying to do the same here. Takes an uppercut swing towards right, but comes up empty, 2-2. Whitney's been shoving the fastball. It's been his best pitch by far. Mid-90s consistently. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Moore with 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw it by him again. Two down.
Second baseman,
Caleb Wolf up now with 2 outs. Leadoff single by Wilmus. He's still at first base. Wolf grounded out to first back in the second. First pitch to Caleb. That's up around the lid, ball 1. Wolf making his first start today at second base. He's a .362 hitter. And with that average and a good sample size, really hard to keep him out of the lineup right now. 1-0 pitch to Wolf is outside, ball 2. Puts the ball in play, has 7 strikeouts and 105 at-bats. Very difficult hitter to strike out. So Caleb in the cleanup spot. Now the thing with Caleb, not a lot of extra base power. He has 38 hits this year, only 3 doubles, no triples or home runs. But I think the role of the cleanup hitter has changed over the years. 2-0, Wolf sends to left. Left fielder moving over towards the line. He dives and he dropped it. It's into the Iowa bullpen. And the runners will get to second and third. Iowa has 2 in scoring position for Dan Rogers. Heck of an effort by Macias in left. And it'll be a double for Caleb Wolf, right on cue about the extra base hits. He sent a slicer into left. Macias with a great diving effort. And it was in his glove, but couldn't make the play. It's a double. And here's Dan Rogers. Boy, this could really change the tune of this game. It's 4-0 Oregon State. Bottom 4, there's 2 outs. Can Iowa get a clutch hit from D-Raj? First pitch from Whitney. Half swing fouled off over the top of the Iowa dugout. Rogers flied out to center in the second. The Hawkeyes trying to get on the board. Bottom of the 4th. Rogers looking for a 2-out base knock. The 0-1. Fouled back, 0-2. And now Rogers in a hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. The pitch from Whitney. Swing and a miss. Rogers strikes out. Iowa leaves 2 runners in scoring position. We're on to the 5th. Beavers lead it 4-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us. 4-0 Oregon State as we're on to the 5th inning in Des Moines. The Hawkeyes had a chance there in the bottom of the 4th with a couple runners in scoring position, but a strikeout from Whitney on Rogers left those 2 runners on base. And so we continue on with Oregon State leading 4-0. Aaron Savary returns for the 5th. 73 pitches for Sav, and he'll face 2, 3, and 4. Turley, Weber, and Singer. It's a relentless lineup from Oregon State. Iowa prides itself in 1 through 9 being tough outs. Oregon State certainly on that same boat as well, as Turley skies one to left. 1 pitch, 1 out as Wilmus is there to make the grab. One away for Wilson Weber. Savary trying to gut it out and get Iowa deeper into this game. Give up all 4 of the runs in the third. It's been clean otherwise. Guides the pitch outside. To Weber, who has grounded into a double play. He's also walked and scored. 1-0 pitch from Savary. That dropped in for a strike. 72 miles an hour. One of the slowest pitches of the day from Sav. Count even at 1. The pitch. Just high and away. Aaron looking to get back in the zone here, the 2-1. Dropped it low at the change, ball 3. Savary winds and fires to Weber. Breaking ball that dropped in for a low inside strike. So Aaron stays alive as Weber's run the count full. Aaron's ready. Here's the 3-2. Hit in the air to center. Risley coming forward. Miles running. He can't get there. It drops right in front of him. And Weber is on with a 1-out single. Softly hit. And just died before Risley could get there. Fourth hit of the game for the Beavers. And time is called. We see Coach Heller come out of the dugout. Looks like that will do it for Aaron. Coach makes the call to the pen. We'll introduce a new Iowa pitcher when we come back as Aaron Savary comes off the mound in the 5th inning. 4-0 Oregon State will take a pitching change break. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
I'm Wyatt Black, defensive line, Iowa. On the field, I take on double teams, stop the run, and sack the quarterback.
Sullivan now runs for his life, and he's obliterated by Y.A. Black. Here's the snap, the spot.
Yes,
and it's blocked. Kick is
Don't touch it. Don't touch the ball.
Hawks get it back. Y.A. Black, that man, what a momentum shift there.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
Not all internet is created equal. It's a lot like choosing a quarterback. Technically, you could sign up any new rookie provider on the block, but the success of every device in your home depends on it. Will they perform in the clutch, or will they buffer under pressure? Extreme provides the speed you need with a 100% gigabit technology network and amplified Wi-Fi. And unlike signing a quarterback, Extreme Internet requires no contracts. There's only one pick to lead your team. It's Extreme, powered by Mediacom.
New pitcher into the game for Iowa is Tyler Guerin. A freshman from Shoreview, Minnesota, the younger brother of Iowa first baseman Blake Guerin. Tyler making his 12th appearance on the season, a 3.38 ERA, an 0-1 record. He's thrown 13 1/3 innings, given up 6 hits, 5 earned runs, struck out 21, walked 12. Batters against are hitting .128. As Tyler last pitched against Illinois State on April 29th. Where he threw an inning and 2/3 and gave up 4 runs, striking out 3 Redbirds. That was sort of the outlier appearance for Guerin, who has been very solid for a majority of the year. He came in to seal a victory at Minnesota way back in March. Closed the door on the Golden Gophers as Iowa completed this sweep and beat Minnesota 7-6 in that game. Probably the highlight of Guerin's season. Firm fastball in the mid-90s from Tyler. As he pitches to Singer. Ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That's on the outside edge, 1-1. Tyler stands at 6'6", 205 pounds, pitching from the right side. Here's the 1-1. Similar spot, called a strike again, 1-2. Singer doesn't like it. 4-0 Oregon State, top of the 5th inning. 4 runs, 4 hits, 3 left on for the Beavers. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on for the Hawks. Here's the 1-2. Lined into center, Risley coming forward. Miles caught this one. There are 2 away.
Center fielder, Cannon Reeder.
And Reeder comes up now for Oregon State, who's done a nice job against the Hawkeye pitching today. Reeder walked in the second, drove in 2 runs with a double in the third. Comes up with a runner at first and 2 outs. Guerin deals outside as Rogers reaches all the way over to grab it. Two outs in the Beaver 5th. The 1-0 pitch from Tyler is inside, ball 2. Reeder bats .298 on the season from the right side. The 2-0 is a called strike, top of the zone. Guerin trying to hold the Beavers off the board. Here's the 2-1. Fastball outside, ball 3. Iowa will have Nelson, Frost, and Guerin due up in the 5th, as Whitney will head back to the mound for Oregon State. Beavers have nobody remotely close to going to their bullpen. 3-1. Ground ball right side. Guerin dives, knocks it down. He'll touch the bag for the 3rd out. That might have saved a run. Good play from Blake at first base. Nothing doing for the Beavers in the 5th. We'll bring you the bottom half of the inning right after this. It's 4-0 Oregon State. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Hello, Hawkeye fans. This is Ben McCullum, the head coach of the Iowa men's basketball team. Returning to Iowa City as the head coach is a dream come true. The passion of Iowa fans is unmatched, and I'm incredibly excited to get started on this new journey together. I look forward to seeing our fans on campus across the state and throughout the nation. Here's to big things coming and an exciting future ahead. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to Principal Park in Des Moines. We're on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Iowa trying to come back on Oregon State. As the Beavers are out to a 4-0 lead, they scored all 4 of their runs in the 3rd inning. Iowa had a chance there in the 4th inning, but could not plate any runs. Maybe the bats are coming alive a bit here. Nelson, Frost, and Guerin due up as Whitney back to the mound for Oregon State. 7 strikeouts, no walks. He's allowed 2 hits through 4 innings. A look around the Big Ten. Maryland and Minnesota are tied at 5 through 5 in Minneapolis. Washington up 2-1 on Oregon in Eugene, bottom of the 4th. Michigan State doing some damage on USC. The Spartans are up 7-3 on the Trojans in the 3rd. Andy Nelson pushes a bunt to the right side, picked up by Craig. Nelson tries to dive past him, but is unsuccessful. And Andy is out number 1. Just a little bit too firm on that bunt attempt from Andy as it rolled right to Craig. Penn State and Rutgers coming up later, as is UCLA and Illinois. Nebraska walked off Michigan in Lincoln today, 5-2. Must have hit a 3-run home run. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th. In a game that had been tied at 2. Iowa would not mind Washington beating Oregon and Illinois beating UCLA. Would be very helpful for Iowa's causes next weekend, hosting the Oregon Ducks at Banks. Frost batting for Iowa. The count's 1-1 on him. The pitch. That's low and out. It has been all fastball from Whitney. I don't know that he's gone back-to-back with breaking balls or off speed. As Jackson takes a fastball right down the middle. He was showing bunt and then pulled it back and took one right down the middle. Whitney at 60 pitches in the 5th. He has been ridiculously efficient. A lot of fastballs, a lot of strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Frost very late on a fastball. I mean, it's all fastballs from this guy, and Iowa's just not hitting it. Has to be frustrating for the hitters. Eighth strikeout of the afternoon for Whitney, who has thrown nearly 70% strikes. 2 away for Guerin. Blake's in the box. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Oh, 1 is up and in. Did that hit Blake? No. He turned away from it. One ball and 1 strike. Whitney's next pitch. That's out, ball 2. Two 1 is fouled back to the screen. Count even at 2. Whitney's ready. The pitch, swing and a miss. All fastballs. No answer from the Hawkeyes as Guerin strikes out. Iowa goes down in order. We're through 5. 4-0 Oregon State. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Taste of unique flavors you'll love. Stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10-second station ID. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Top of the 6th inning in Des Moines, and Oregon State is up on Iowa 4-0. Tyler Guerin continuing to pitch for the Hawkeyes. Closing the book on Aaron Savary, who got the start today, 4 1/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks. He struck out 5. 80 pitches for Sav. That seems to be a particular number. As Guerin deals a first pitch strike to Easton Talt, who's 0 for 2 for the Beavers today. Next pitch from Tyler. Where'd that miss? Change up out of the zone. Low, I guess. 1-1. Talt with plenty of speed for Oregon State, the 1-1. That caught the low outside corner. Again with the changeup from Guerin. Drifted away from the left-handed hitting Talt. It's 1-2. Now Iowa shifts all the way over to the right. 3 infielders to the right of second base. Strike 3 called as Guerin freezes Talt on the inner third. A lot of changeups from Guerin, and then all of a sudden Tyler broke out the heater and ran it in. 1 away, and here's Jacob Craig. First pitch to him is in on the belt. That's ball 1. Iowa has played clean baseball today with the exception of the 3rd inning. That is the only difference in this one. 1-0 pitch. At the bottom of the zone, called a strike, and they say that Craig went anyway. It's 1-1. Craig singled his last time up for the Beavers. Guerin winds and fires the 1-1. Strike 2. Went with the spin. Tyler ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Craig. Back-to-back strikeouts of Oregon State hitters here in the 6th. Great sequencing by Guerin. Slider that rolled right off the table. And there are 2 outs now for Macias. Macias has laid down 2 bunts today. Has been retired both times. A true sacrifice in the 4th. He bats from the left side, hits it on the ground to first. Guerin dives towards the line, flips it to his younger brother Tyler, who's there to cover. Great defensive play by the Hawkeyes, and can that spark Iowa? We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Oregon State leading 4-0. Back in a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Not all internet is created equal. It's a lot like choosing a quarterback. Technically, you could sign up any new rookie provider on the block, but the success of every device in your home depends on it. Will they perform in the clutch, or will they buffer under pressure? Extreme provides the speed you need with a 100% gigabit technology network and amplified Wi-Fi. And unlike signing a quarterback, Extreme Internet requires no contracts. There's only one pick to lead your team. It's Extreme, powered by Mediacom.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Join the Swarm and team up with Iowa athletes to support local charities. Make a difference today. Visit iowaswarm.com to learn more. Hey, Hawkeye fans, want to win cash? How about an exclusive meet and greet with a NASCAR Cup Series champion driver? Maybe a shot at $1 million is more your thing. You could win one of these prizes when you enter the NASCAR Race Weekend promotion from the Iowa Lottery. Get your Powerball double play ticket at your favorite Iowa Lottery retailer, and it could be your ticket to win big. Enter today and find details at ialottery.com. John Leo with you from Principal Park in Des Moines, bringing you Iowa Hawkeye baseball this weekend, taking on the 10th-ranked Oregon State Beavers. 4-0 Oregon State. As we're in the bottom of the 6th inning now. And Miles Risley leading it off for Iowa. He's the 9-hitter. Wilmus, the top of the order, on deck. 1-0 pitch to Riz is low and out. Whitney approaching 70 pitches. He's thrown 5 innings, given up just 2 hits. He struck out 9 Iowa hitters. Here's the 2-0. That's in, ball 3. Whitney has not walked an Iowa batter today. I'm not sure that he's gotten to a 3-ball count once. But now he has, and the 3-0 to Risley is on its way home. That's in for a strike. Inner third, 3-1. We'll see if Risley takes again. Dax Whitney, the freshman from Oregon State, pitches the 3-1. A high and out strike call, full count. And now Risley has to battle with Whitney getting back in the count. 3-2, here's the pitch. That's up, ball 4. All right, first walk of the afternoon issued by Whitney. It comes in the 6th. Iowa's goal was to shrink the strike zone against Whitney and see if he'd lose command. He has not been very good for Oregon State. Risley on first, nobody out. Here's Ben Wilmus. Iowa trying to get on the board as we get to the last half of this game. A strike called below the knees on Wilmus to start the at-bat. Weber really snapped that up to get it back in the zone. Wilmus singled back in the 4th inning. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball low and out. Backhand stop by Weber behind the dish. Count even at 1. The pitch to Wilmus. Line drive, hooking towards the right field line. Right fielder over. He dives and makes the catch. He stayed on his feet, but really leaning towards the line. Making the play. Risley stays put at first. Not great contact there from Ben, trying to go opposite way with it. Gable Mitchell up. He's 0 for 2 today. Pop out and fly out. First one to Gable. Outside. Oregon State has a couple bodies down in their bullpen now, stretching and getting loose. Nobody throwing yet. Risley the runner at first. Here's the 1-0 to Gable. That's up, ball 2. Whitney had been hovering around 70% strike percentage, 68, 69%. He's at an even 64 now. 2-0 on Gable, the pitch. That's up again, ball 3. It's 4-0 Oregon State in the bottom of the 6th. Feels a little bit more like 8-0 though, the way that Whitney is pitching. Here's the 3-0. Finds the zone, deals a strike, 3-1. From the stretch, Whitney brings it home to Gable. And that's up and in, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Puts a couple runners on in front of Reese Moore. Time called by Oregon State's pitching coach, who's headed out to the mound. I don't sense that he's too thrilled with that being ball 4. It was up and in, called by the home plate umpire, Matt Schaufert. 2 walks in the inning from Whitney. And Gable Mitchell reaching now for the 50th game in a row. On base streak for Gable at 50. Umpire Schaufert headed out to the mound to break this conversation up. See a left-hander getting loose for Oregon State. There's also a right-hander down there. And for right now, umpire Schaufert just listening to the conversation, not breaking it up yet. Fans getting unruly. And now the Beavers will scatter from the mound. Another opportunity now for Iowa. They had a chance in the 4th with a couple runners on, but could not produce. It's 4-0 Oregon State. Runners at first and second, bottom of the 6th. Just 1 out for Reese. Reese is 0 for 2 today with a couple of strikeouts. Whitney from the stretch. He pitches to Moore. Breaking ball way up. First breaking ball we've seen in a long time from Whitney. Be selective here, Reese. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. It's been the fastball that's getting by Reese. Very surprising. Just must not be seeing it this weekend. Count even at 1 with 1 out. Next pitch to Moore. Line drive foul down the left field line. Late on 95. And now Reese in a 2-strike count. I still think you sit fastball here. I mean, it's really been his strikeout pitch. He has 9 strikeouts today. A lot of them have been the fastball rather. The 1-2. Breaking ball waved at and missed. Reese is going through it. He strikes out for the third time today, and here comes Caleb Wolf. Oregon State doesn't give too many chances. They've given one to Iowa here, and the Hawkeyes make it hurt. Iowa gave Oregon State some base runners in the third, and they certainly made us pay. First pitch to Caleb. He offered, couldn't hold up, strike one. Two on, two out, the 0-1 to Wolf. Inside corner, strike two. Whitney quickly set. No balls and two strikes. The pitch. Caleb sends into left center field. Base hit. Grizzly around third. He'll score. Iowa on the board. Caleb Wolf produces an RBI single with 2 outs. 4-1. Caleb comes through clutch. Base hit over shortstop. And the inning continues for Iowa. Here's Dan Rogers. Rogers 0 for 2. He was up with a couple runners in scoring position in his last at bat, and he struck out. Rogers seeking vengeance. First pitch, high and out, ball one. Crowd back into it a bit too. First and second, 2 outs for Iowa. 1-0 pitch to D-Raj. Off speed, dropped in for a strike. It's a good take from Rogers. Iowa on the board now in the 6th. 4-1 Oregon State. Here's the 1-1 to Rogers. That's low. Back-to-back breaking balls from Whitney. One good. And in for a strike. The other dropped low. And it's 2-1 now on Rogers. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. The pitch is hit foul down the left field line. 2-2. Back to the fastball. Two balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Rogers trying to hang tough in the box. Whitney on the rubber. He comes set from the belt. He pitches to D-Raj. Check swing. He went. Rogers strikes out, and Iowa leaves 2 runners on. We'll go to the 7th. Oregon State leads it 4-1. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Health Care Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Dwayne Banks Field in downtown Iowa City. Proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Iowa trying to mount a comeback on Oregon State. Hawkeyes finally on the board. An RBI single from Caleb Wolf in the 6th makes it 4-1 Beavers. But Iowa's left a few runners on in key situations here this afternoon. Just 4 left on for Iowa, but base runners in general have been hard to come by. So it makes those empty at-bats costly. 4-1 Oregon State. We're in the top of the 7th now. Tyler Guerin pitching for the Hawkeyes. He set down the Beavers in order in the 6th. He'll face Caraway, and then to the top of the order, Arquette and Turley. Strong crowd on hand at Principal Park today, 6,270. Just over 6,000 today. Slider away from the third baseman of Oregon State, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Guerin has thrown an inning and 2/3, has a couple of strikeouts. The tall right-hander kicks and brings home the 1-1 and dropped in there for a strike, 1 and 2. Ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Guerin. Off the plate away. Caraway, a .251 hitter, 46 strikeouts on the season. The 2-2 is in the dirt, ball 3. Full count. This is a big pitch from Guerin to lead off the 7th. Tyler's ready. Here it comes. Grounded foul in the box by Caraway. He walked back in the 3rd, and that set up a 2-run home run by the top of the order, Arquette, who's in the on-deck circle. Free bases late are costly. Got to watch out. Guerin trying to avoid that. The 3-2 up and in, and it hits Caraway. Couldn't twirl out of the way of it. And so it is a free base to lead off the 7th.
Shortstop, Iowa Arquette.
And the top of the order coming up for Oregon State. Here comes Arquette. He's 1 for 3 today. 2-run home run, sandwiched by 2 strikeouts. Tyler ready, he deals, and he hits Arquette. Back-to-back hit by pitches. And Iowa in some trouble now, as the Hawkeye bullpen trying to ferociously and quickly get ready. Rogers going to jog out and talk with Guerin. Bryson Walker getting loose, and Dan Wright, a lefty and a righty. Big Dan is up on the rubber. Bryson still on the ramp of the mound. So Dan probably closer to being ready. I don't know if Tyler will see another Oregon State batter. As Dan is quickly firing off pitches, and we will see Coach Heller now. That'll do it for Tyler. Relatively clean outing, but the 7th not sharp, hit 2 batters, and with nobody out, the Beavers will face a new pitcher. Coach will talk with Tyler for a little bit. Let Dan get a few more pitches under his belt down the left field line in the bullpen. 4-1 Oregon State. Iowa just got on the board in the 6th. You want to have a shutdown inning and keep the Beavers off the board so they don't get any momentum back, but they will be threatening when we come out of this pitching change break that is inevitable. Iowa makes a call to the pen. We'll introduce the new Iowa pitcher when we come back. It's 4-1 Oregon State back after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
This is the sound of grilling season. It's time to get back to cookouts, to gathering with friends and family, and making memories. And with Hy-Vee's lower prices on thousands of items all over the store, you can still get the best quality meat and everything else you need for your barbecues at prices that will make you smile. Get back to grilling for less, with a little help from Hy-Vee.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Brown Deer Golf Club in Coralville, featuring Bunkers Bar and Grill. Enjoy a great Bunkers menu with burgers, chicken, salads, and wraps. Also, Gimme's Pizza and Wings, a new pop-up menu at Bunkers. That's all about savory pizzas and mouth-watering wings. To-go orders are welcome, as are you and your family, at Brown Deer Golf in Coralville. New pitcher into the game for Iowa is Daniel Wright. Big Dan, 6'9", grad senior from Sergeant Bluff. Dan enters for the 15th time this season, a 2-2 record, a 3.09 ERA, 23 1/3 innings pitched. He struck out 17, walked 8, allowing 8 earned runs. Opponents bat .264 against Big Dan, who had to get ready in a hurry. As Guerin could not record an out to start the 7th, hit back-to-back hitters for Oregon State. And they stand at first and second with nobody out. In the 7th. Oregon State scored their 4 runs in the 3rd. And the Beavers held Iowa off the board until just recently in the 6th. And now the Beavers trying to add to their lead. Turley is up, corners in for the Hawkeyes. Wright trying to get Iowa out of trouble in the 7th. First pitch to Turley is a slider at the bottom of the zone, strike 1. The 0-1 from Dan. That's low. Oregon State had some light activity in its bullpen, but that's simmered down now. You expect Whitney to come back out for the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 from Wright. Swung on and missed, and Turley lets go of the bat. That boomeranged over to the Iowa dugout and bounced off the safety net. Right in the driver's seat. Let's see if he can get Turley. First and second, nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dan set the pitch in the dirt. Rogers blocked it. Don't mind that pitch from Dan. See if he can get back in the strike zone now on 2-2. Dangerous Turley in the box. The pitch, just low. Another good pitch from Dan. Turley had swung at that a couple times. But now the count's full with nobody out. This makes Turley even more dangerous. The 3-2. Low and out, ball 4. Lost him. And the bases are loaded with nobody out for Oregon State.
Catcher, Wilson Weber.
We're in the 7th. It's 4-1 Beavers. Hawkeyes trying to hang around, but major trouble here. Bases juiced and nobody out. Wright can't find the strike zone. Spikes a fastball. One ball, no strikes on Weber. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. Ooh, boy. Just low from Dan. Maybe off the plate outside as well. 2-0. Hitters count for Weber. Next pitch from Dan. Inside corner. Call the strike. 2-1. Weber batting .335 for the Beavers. With extra base hit power, 10 doubles, 8 home runs. The 2-1. Line drive up the middle. Wolf gloves it, steps on second, throws to first for the double play. 1 run does come to score for Oregon State. But a big-time double play turned by Wolf up the middle as he fielded it on 1 hop and made a quick and clean play over to first. Two outs now. It's 5-1 Beavers. And Singer is up. We could really limit the damage if you can get out of this. Called strike on Singer, who is squaring to bunt. Iowa has the bottom half of its order due up. Nelson, Frost, and Guerin trying to mount the comeback, down 5-1 in the 7th. Runner at third and 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Singer got his hands started but held off. 1-1. Next pitch from Dan, just low and out. Ball 2. Singer's 0 for 2 today, was hit by a pitch. He would later score. Wright trying to get him, the 2-1. That's low. Not offering at the spin from Dan. Beavers very disciplined in the box. 3 balls and a strike as Big Dan comes set. Wright kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Elevated the slider enough to make it a reasonable pitch for Singer to offer at, and he missed it. 3-2. Dan's ready. He grips it and rips it. Strike 3 called. Bottom of the zone. A punch out for Wright and really limited the damage there as the bases were loaded for Oregon State and nobody out, and the Beavers only get 1 run. Time to stretch things out at Principal Park in Des Moines. Oregon State 5, Iowa 1. We're back for the bottom of the 7th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning at Principal Park in Des Moines. Oregon State adds another, and so the Beavers lead it 5-1. Andy Nelson will lead off this inning for the Hawkeyes. And we'll be facing a new pitcher for Oregon State. Dax Whitney is done. And the Beavers will turn it over to Nelson Keljo, left-handed junior, 6'4" from Portland. Keljo into the game for the Beavers. And he'll be making his 12th appearance. Typically a starter for Oregon State. He has 10 starts and 11 appearances. He's 3-2 on the season with a .360 ERA. 45 innings. He's struck out 46, but he has walked 27, given up 28 hits, 18 runs. But strange because he's given up 7 doubles and 4 home runs, but opponents are batting .176. So if teams can hit him, there's been some damage to go around. Maybe wildly efficient, wildly effective, I should say, with 46 strikeouts, 27 walks in 45 innings. Oregon State goes with Keljo, who is a fastball pitcher. 75% of his pitches are fastballs, so much of the same as what we saw from Whitney, only he'll go from the left side. Andy Nelson up first, fastball high and out for ball 1. Closing the book on Whitney, who twirled a gem for the Beavers. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Walked 2, struck out 11. High strike call, 1-1 on Nelson. Keljo works quickly, ready to pitch to Andy. The left-hander out of the windup, delivers, and Andy takes strike 2. Bottom of the 7th, Iowa down 4. It's a start with base runners. Keljo's 1-2. Andy swings and misses. Fastball, fastball, fastball. That was at 96. Keljo whips it in there, mid-90s. Does have a changeup and a slider, but combined uses those about 20% of the time. Cooper Schulte will pinch hit. For Jackson Frost. Schulte swings at the first pitch and lines it foul down the right field line. Keljo's 0-1 to Schulte. Fouled off to the same location over to the right at 97 from Keljo. Reared back and fired that in there. 0-2, catcher setting up outside. The pitch is high and away. Bottom third of the order for Iowa has struggled today. Schulte trying to change that. The 1-2. Breaking ball stayed up. Almost came in, but stayed upstairs. Two balls and two strikes on Schulte. Keljo's pitch. That's so off the plate outside. Full count. Can Schulte get on to start some magic late in this one? The 3-2. Low and out. Called strike three. Woo. Schulte thought he walked. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Very low, very outside portion of the zone. 2 down. Here comes Blake Guerin, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch to Blake. Outside, ball 1. Looked awfully similar to the same spot that Schulte just got rung up on. Here's the 1-0 to Blake. That's up. Ball 2. 5-1 Oregon State, bottom of the 7th. Hawkeyes starting to run out of time here. Keljo out of the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Downstairs, ball 3. There's a strike at the knees. Keljo stays in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-1 to Blake. Fouled back and off the awning right in front of our booth. A little bit lower and we had a play up here, didn't we? 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Keljo's worked all the way back. The pitch to Blake. Swing and a miss. Guerin strikes out. Keljo strikes out the side. We're on to the 8th inning. 5-1 Oregon State. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
You don't have a lot of time to make decisions today if you want to be out front with the newest products. This is Joe Mershman from Mershman Seeds. Did you know that we're one of the first 2 companies to offer Enlist E3 soybeans in the United States? And because of that, you benefit from it. Here's Ben Pieper to tell you more.
With Enlist E3 soybeans, we have a front row seat to the highest yielding germplasm that's on the market. That allows us to focus on the things that matter to you, making sure you get what you ordered delivered on time to ensure the highest yielding soybeans for your farm.
Contact your local Mershman Seeds dealer today. They care and are ready to help you.
For comprehensive coverage of college baseball, tune to Sirius XM Big Ten Radio Channel 372 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games plus interviews and analysis. So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2025. On to the top of the 8th inning in Des Moines. Oregon State 5 and Iowa 1. Hawkeyes running out of time here against the Beavers. Iowa risking dropping back-to-back series after ripping off 7 in a row in conference play. Lost 2 of 3 to Washington on the road last weekend. Out of conference against Oregon State this weekend. And the Beavers ranked 10th in the country. Certainly been the stiffest test the Hawkeyes have faced this year. Reeder in the box for Oregon State. Schulte in the game at third for Iowa. No other changes for the black and gold defensively. Here's the 1-1. Grounded softly up the middle. Gable picks it up at short, throws it over to first for out number 1. Good start to the 8th for Dan Wright. That was a slow roller and a spinner off the batter Reeder. It mowed the grass on the way to Gable. One away for Easton Talt. He grounds it to the right side. Guerin knocks it down. Blake picks it up, race to the bag, and Guerin beat Talt there for the second out of the inning. Blake has been active at first base today, and he has made every single play. I don't know if we can say anymore that Guerin is an underrated defender. He puts his body on the line and has consistently made plays at first base for the Hawks this season. 5-1 Beavers in the 8th. Dan Wright trying to hold Oregon State here as Jacob Craig is up. First pitch from Dan. Fouled off the end of the bat to the Oregon State dugout right side. Time called by the Beavers as they'll use an offensive timeout here. First base coach, hitting coach come out and talk with Jacob Craig. And this could be for some timing of things. Otherwise, it'd be a very quick inning the way it's going here. A little bit different than Washington in their gamesmanship, I'll say that. This is a true baseball maneuver. Oregon State does things the right way. Tremendous respect from the Iowa dugout for the opposite way over in the Oregon State dugout. All right, we're ready for play. No balls and a strike on Craig. Wright is ready, he pitches. That's low for ball 1. One thing we've noticed about Oregon State, they just show up and play ball. One pitch, dropped in for a strike 1 and 2. And that's something that as a competitor, as an opponent, can certainly appreciate. There's no extra chirping. They just show up and play, much like Iowa does. Refreshing to see two programs going at it here. 1-2 from Wright. Just low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Iowa will have 9-1-2. Risley, Wilmus, and Mitchell due up when we get to the bottom of the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Dan. Dropped it low again, ball 3. Craig's figured it out. He hasn't chased the last 2. And now full count pitch on its way home to the Beaver first baseman. That's fouled back. That'll leave the stadium straight over our heads. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Full count on Craig. Right set, the pitch. Line to second where Wolf is there. He was shifted to the left of the bag. He makes the play. 3 up, 3 down. Dan Wright does a nice job for the Hawkeyes. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-1 Beavers. Back in a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Hello, Hawkeye fans. This is Ben McCullum, the head coach of the Iowa men's basketball team. Returning to Iowa City as the head coach is a dream come true. The passion of Iowa fans is unmatched, and I'm incredibly excited to get started on this new journey together. I look forward to seeing our fans on campus across the state and throughout the nation. Here's to big things coming and an exciting future ahead. Go Hawks!
John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Principal Park in Des Moines. Oregon State leading Iowa 5-1 as we get to the bottom of the 8th inning. Risley will lead it off, followed by Wilmus and Mitchell. Looking around the Big Ten at some important scores. We'll start with the one that has our attention the most in Eugene. Oregon leads Washington 5-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hawkeye fans pulling for the Huskies in that one to knock Oregon off today or tomorrow. One would be nice from Washington. Other scores, Maryland 6-5 on Minnesota in the bottom of the 8th, but the Gophers have 2 in scoring position and 1 out. Michigan State all over USC. That would be a major upset and really help Michigan State's odds at getting into the Big Ten tournament. They're up 12-3 on the Trojans in the 7th in Irvine. Penn State with 7 runs in the 2nd inning. They lead Rutgers 7-1 in the 3rd. Ohio State, Purdue, and Nebraska winners already today. UCLA and Illinois will go at it at 7 o'clock tonight. Risley up for Iowa, the bottom of the 8th. He walked and scored his last time up. Keljo continuing to pitch for the Beavs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Risley. Miles shows the bunt, pulled it back, and Keljo missed inside. Whitney went 6 innings, struck out 11 Hawkeyes. Keljo came in and in 1 inning of work, struck out the side. 2-1 to Risley. Miles skies in the air, right side. That's fouling out of play. And it's 2-2. Next pitch to Risley. Just inside. Weber held it. Looked good, but it's ball 3. Count's now full. (3-2). Risley lines into left field for a base hit. He timed it up and sent it out to left field. Leadoff single for Risley to start the 8th. Good, smooth swing from Miles. Barreled it up. 1-hopped it out to Macias and left. Top of the order, here's Ben Wilmus. Just the 3rd inning that Iowa has had a base runner. 4th, 6th, and now the 8th. First pitch to Ben. Inside, he stood in there, just about clipped him in the kneecap. Any closer and he would have been hit by the pitch. Keljo from the stretch pitches the 1-0. Ben takes for a strike. Risley with a short lead at first base. The 1-1 to Wilmus. That's off the plate outside, called a strike, brought it back in at the last minute with the off speed. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Wilmus. Back-to-back strikes thrown by Keljo. Big gap in left center for Ben if he could time one up. Here's the 1-2. Ben hits on the ground left side. That'll go foul. Keljo working in a changeup now for a couple pitches in this at-bat. First time we've seen that from him today. Mainly fastballs. Both teams with 4 hits today. Oregon State's left 5 on. Iowa's left 4 on. The problem is that Oregon State, a pair of their 4 hits came with runners on after Iowa gave them a couple free bases. Another 1-2. Here it comes to Wilmus. Change up low. Good hang from Ben. He laid off. Oregon State has struck out 14 hitters and walked only 2. That's the difference. 8 strikeouts from the Iowa pitching staff, 5 walks. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Ben. He shoots it into right, but that'll go foul. And we'll do it again. Wilmus looking for a payoff. Lengthy at bat. Iowa fans trying to will the Hawkeyes onto a comeback here. Down 5-1, bottom of the 8th. Keljo set with the 2-2. He brings it home to Wilmus. Ben lines it sharply foul past the camera well down the first base line. Ben is doing exactly what you need to do here as a hitter. Protect, defend, fight everything off. Fight to see another day. Another 2-2 pitch to Ben. Here it is. Grounded foul to the left. Good hands by Mitch Bowe in the third base coach's box. And Wilmus gets an ovation for this effort. Can Ben find a way on? Keljo isn't giving in either. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner at first. Throw it over to first to keep Risley around. Two-two to Wilmus. Line drive, right center field gap. Outfielders on the run. Talt made the catch. Risley far off the bag. He has to hustle back to first. And he gets back. That sliced right to Talt. Off the bat, felt like a gapper from Wilmus, but angled right into the glove of the right fielder. Great at bat from Ben. Just didn't see a payoff in the positive. And Gable Mitchell makes his way to the box. He walked last time up in the 6th. He swings at the first pitch, ground ball through the 5.5 hole. Risley's around second. He's headed for third. Here's the throw to third. Miles is there, and Gable moves to second base. Heads up, base running. Crowd on their feet. 2 in scoring position for the Hawks in the 8th. Gable pushed it the opposite way in between short and third. And Iowa has 2 runners on. Pinch hitter coming to the plate for the Hawkeyes. It's Mitch Wood. He'll bat for Reese Moore. You like the lefty on righty matchup here. That's why you take Reese out of the game. Mitch Wood delivered for Iowa against Michigan a couple of weeks ago on Easter weekend, on Easter Sunday. Wood, a .318 batting average. First pitch to him, swung on and missed. Good cut. 5 RBIs for Mitch this year. He stands in from the right side. Second and third, one out. Another chance for Iowa. The 0-1. Wood taps foul to the left. And this at bat is moving very quickly. A senior from Ottumwa. Could he have a moment here at Principal Park as his career draws to a close? No balls and 2 strikes. Keljo out of the windup, pitches to Wood. Swing and a miss. Keljo strikes out Wood on 3 pitches. And it's up to Caleb Wolf to bring home some runs. Wolfie's been so clutch for Iowa this weekend. He's responsible for the lone Iowa run today, an RBI single his last time up in the 6th. He doubled in the 4th. Second and third for the Hawks and 2 outs. 5-1 Beavers. First pitch to Caleb. Breaking ball, dropped it in there for a strike. No balls and a strike. The pitch to Wolf. That's off the plate outside. 1-1. Caleb 2 for 3 today. A double and an RBI. Here's the 1-1. Caleb hits on the ground right to short. Arquette's got it. He throws it across for the 3rd out. Iowa strands 2 in scoring position. We'll go to the 9th. It's 5-1 Oregon State. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Pioneer brand Z Series soybeans have farmers yielding out an additional 2.7 bushels per acre over A Series. This has everyone talking, not just farmers. Case in point, a trucking company wrote, "Morning, noon, and night, it doesn't matter. I'm hauling Z Series. The phone doesn't stop ringing. Even my home number, it never stops ringing." Well, it's fair to say Pioneer brand Z Series soybeans are making quite an impact. Unleash your greatest harvest yet at pioneer.com/greatest yields.
Hey Iowa, it's George Kittle, tight end for the San Francisco 49ers and proud former Hawkeye. Life can throw unexpected hits, much like catching a pass over the middle. If you're facing struggles with drug or alcohol use or even mental health challenges, take a time out and call Your Life Iowa. Just like my teammates are there for me, the Your Life Iowa team is there for you. Get 24/7 free resources or find treatment options at yourlifeiowa.org.
A message from Iowa HHS.
Your best Hawkeye defense could be vaccines. Iowa HHS reminds you to ask your healthcare provider which ones are right for you and your family. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10-second station ID. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Top of the 9th inning in Des Moines. Oregon State still leading 5-1. Well played game, honestly, by both teams. Oregon State just playing better than Iowa today. When Oregon State has had base runners, they've scored. When Iowa's had its chances, largely the Hawkeyes have not been able to get that clutch next hit. And so we head to the 9th with the Beavers in front 5-1. Macias to lead it off. Left-handed hitter. Takes changeup outside from Dan. That's ball 1. Low inside corner, called a strike. Macias is 0 for 2 today. He's a 134 hitter. 1-1. Change up, outside corner, 1-2. Wright has thrown 2 innings out of the bullpen for Iowa. 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Ball and 2 strikes. Wright is ready. The pitch. Got a piece of it and fouled it off. And so we'll do it again at 1-2. Dan's ready. He kicks and fires. Line drive, left side, that is fair. Just inside the line, all the way into the corner. Macias hustling around first. He's on with a leadoff double. Opposite field slicer. And it kicked up some dirt in the left field corner.
Third baseman, Trent Carroll.
Carraway up now for Oregon State. And the Beavers leading 5-1. Nobody out, runner at second. Carraway's been on twice, both via the free base. First pitch from Dan is in on the hands, ball 1. Shift onto the left side of the infield to defend Carraway, who takes another pitch high and tight. Dan trying to get in the strike zone here. The 2-0. Grounded to the left side past Schulte at third. That's foul. Two balls and a strike on Carraway. The pitch. Low and out. Call the ball. Close, but fraction of an inch, both low and out. And now it's 3-1 on Carraway as Wright is ready. He pitches. Breaking ball for a strike just below the knees. Full count. Got to assume that's about as low as home plate umpire Matt Schaufert will go today. And the count's now been run full. Right checking on Macias, now pitching. Ground ball to the Iowa dugout, foul. Nobody out, runner at second for the Beavers. Payoff pitch from Wright. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Battled all the way back to get Carraway for the first out of the ninth. Well done by Dan to stay committed and locked in. He got Carraway. And we'll go to the top of the order with Arquette coming up. Star shortstop for Oregon State. Hit by a pitch his last time up. And hit a 2-run home run back in the third. That was the big inning for Oregon State. They scored 4 in that third inning and have held pretty much the whole game. They scored another in the 7th, and Iowa got its run in the 6th inning. Hits have been at a minimum today, 5 apiece. Each team leaving just a handful on. Game dominated by pitching today. Arquette is up. Inside move by Dan. He'll throw it to second. Oregon State's pitching has had the upper hand today. Beavers leading 5-1, top of the ninth. Dan's first pitch to Arquette is across for strike one. Arquette waving the bat above his back right shoulder. Dan twirls a spinner downstairs, 1-1. Game 3 of this series is tomorrow at noon. Wrapping up things with the 10th-ranked Oregon State Beavers. Next pitch from Dan is a front door breaking ball. It's in for a strike, 1-2. See if Dan's up for the challenge here, facing off against Arquette. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ground ball right back to Dan. He steps and throws to third. The tag is on the money. Right through it to Schulte. And Coop put the tag down. Oregon State wants to challenge, as Macias says that he used a swim move to get over the tag. And the umpires will come together. And it looks like we'll have a review here. I don't mind that play from Dan. It'll be unfortunate if he's called safe at third, though. And we will have a challenge just beyond the Iowa dugout. The call stands. There'll be a runner at first for Oregon State. And 2 outs. If it's overturned, it'll be first and third, just 1 out. Getting a look at the replay. We'll have to wait and see here. Wright made an accurate throw to Schulte, who was covering at third. Cooper grabbed it. Put the tag down. And this might be close. Oh boy. He just might have swam over the top of the tag, unless Cooper hit him in the belt. Here's the best look at it, right in line with the third base and second base bag. Boy, that's going to be close. Throw beat him, but it was a great play by Macias. That's what it is. It's a great slide by Macias, who lifted up his right arm as Schulte was coming from behind the bag. But I think he tags him right above the belt before that left hand touches third base. They are taking a long look at it. Review is wrapped up, and he's out at third. Worth a shot for Oregon State to challenge that. An incredible slide by Macias. Don't blame him one bit. So a runner at first for the Beavers in the ninth and 2 outs. Gavin Turley is up. Oregon State holding on to a 5-1 lead. Here's Turley, 0 for 2 today. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. And he lines one into right field for a base hit. That got out there in a hurry. Nelson quickly gets it back in. Turley has the first hit of his day, coming in the 9th inning. 2-out single from Turley keeps it going. Here's Wilson Weber. 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. 2 on, 2 out for the Beavs in the ninth. First pitch from Dan. Swing and a miss. Started with off speed there. Hawks will have Rogers, Nelson, and Schulte due up. We'll see if they make any changes. That'll be in the bottom of the ninth. Down by 4 with only 3 outs to work with. The 0-1 is lined sharply foul, riding the roof of the press box over to the right. And it's going to roll back down. Look out below. Nothing in 2 as Dan looks in for the sign. Checking on Arquette, the runner at second base. The 0-2 pitch. Popped up shallow center. Risley camped underneath it, now moving forward. Miles caught it for the 3rd out. No runs for the Beavers in the top of the ninth. Last chance coming up for Iowa. The Hawkeyes trail 5-1. Back in a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Choose the best, Honda, with more Best Buy awards than any other brand. All Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are in stock and on sale. Honda is the best performance brand, best overall brand, and best value brand by KBB.com. To save on a new Honda, search your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards for Kelly Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Bottom of the ninth inning from Principal Park in Des Moines. 5-1 Oregon State. And so Rogers, Nelson, and Schulte will try to help the Hawks come back in this one. Iowa at risk of dropping back-to-back series after losing last night's game 9-6 to Oregon State. This has been much more of a pitcher's duel today. Oregon State pitching has been fantastic. 15 strikeouts from the Beaver staff, 2 walks. After yesterday, Iowa's pitching struck out Oregon State hitting 15 times. Beavers ranked 10th in the country. No doubts about that. Couple of changes for the Beavers defensively. As we're on to the ninth inning, and Dan Rogers stepping up. First pitch to D-Raj is up and in for ball 1. Singer will move from second to third. Santana in the game for Oregon State. He'll play second base. Keljo continuing to pitch for the Beavers. Rogers watches a couple pitches miss away. 2 balls and no strikes. Lefty on lefty matchup here. The 2-0 to D-Raj. That's a low outside strike, 2-1. Rogers 0 for 3 today with a pair of strikeouts. The 2-1. Dan skies to left center field. Reeder running back. Left fielder there to greet him as well. And it's Macias, the left fielder, who makes the play in the middle of the warning track. 1 down for the Hawks in the ninth. Dan put a good swing on it. Ball not carrying out of here today. Boy, yesterday that ball's gone. Wind blowing in from the river in right. One away for Andy Nelson. He's also 0 for 3 today. Does have a strikeout. Just put the ball in play twice. First pitch from Keljo is below the knees for a ball. Called strike. Announced crowd of 6,200 this afternoon. 1-1 to Andy is a beautiful breaker. Called a strike. 1-2. On a great day for baseball, the Hawks have their backs against the wall this evening here. 5-1 Beavers in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-2 to Andy. Grounded foul past the on-deck circle to the left. So Nelson stays alive. He'll see another pitch here from Keljo. Here it comes. And he hits high on the infield. Craig, the first baseman, calls everybody off, and he dropped it. Looking right up into the sun. It came down and hit off the very tip of his glove. And Nelson is on with the error by Craig at first base. "5-1 Beavers. Bottom of the ninth with one out. Schulte is up. First pitch to Coop is away. He laid off. Cooper 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Next pitch. On the black of the plate. Called a strike. 1-1. Schulte, a right-handed hitter, batting .291. 1-1. Breaking ball. High strike call. 1-2. Good pitch from Keljo. Nelson with a great lead at first. The 1-2 to Schulte. Stayed upstairs. 2-2. Tried to go back to the breaker. Counts 2-2 now on Coop. Keljo with a deep breath. He pitches. Low. Ball 3. Jackson Beeman is on deck for Iowa. If the Hawkeyes can get to him. Next pitch to Coop. That's in. Ball 4. Couple of free bases issued by the Beavers here in the ninth. And the Hawks have some action. Coach Sutherland coming out of the dugout, and he will enter Jackson Beeman. As Oregon State will have a meeting of the minds, players only meeting on the mound. As Oregon State has some activity now in its bullpen. Beeman pitch hitting in the ninth. Beeman, a powerful right-handed hitter. First pitch to him. He swings at it and pops it foul over to the right. Beeman stands in with a .250 average, 7 home runs, 5 doubles. The 0-1 is low. Good discipline from Jackson. 1-1 from Keljo. That's in the dirt, got by the catcher to the backstop, and the runners will advance to second and third. One out in the ninth. Hawks within 4. The tying run is in the on-deck circle. Base hits will work. Can't get it all back right now. 2-1 on Beeman. Keljo goes from the windup now. The pitch. Jackson grounds foul. Left side. Keljo's been much better out of the windup. Here comes the 2-2. Beeman chased one at his eyes and strikes out. Miles Risley, the last chance for Iowa. He comes up with 2 outs. 2 in scoring position for Riz. Iowa down 5-1 in the ninth. First pitch to Miles. In there for strike 1. The 0-1. Miles hits right back up the middle. A web gem by Keljo. He stabbed at it and got it. And underhand tossed it over to first to get Risley. And that will do it. Oregon State wins game 2 of the series. 5-1 over the Hawkeyes. As the Beavers take the series a day early. We're back tomorrow, first pitch at noon between Iowa and Oregon State. The Hawkeyes will look to avoid the sweep here in Des Moines. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. The BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for $0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, save up to $1,500 on select equipment. Now through September 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Check out Kubota's winning lineup. Visit KubotaUSA.com to find your local dealer.
Oregon State wins the series a day early by taking down Iowa today 5-1. It was a pitcher's duel. The game was dominated by pitching, I should really say. As both pitching staffs did a really nice job. Oregon State's just a little bit better today as the Beavers win it 5-1. As we look at a couple of statistics, we'll go with the pitching first. Aaron Savory got the start for Iowa. He went 4 1/3. 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks. He struck out 5, facing 21 batters and throwing 80 pitches. Savory takes his first loss of the season and falls to 7-1. Ran into trouble in the 3rd inning. That's when Oregon State did their damage. Sav with a walk that led to a home run on the very next at-bat. He got a strikeout to make it the second out of the inning, and then walk, hit by pitch, and a 2-out double made it 4-0 Oregon State in the 3rd. And that was the blip. That was the flash in the pan from Oregon State's offense, and that's all they needed to get the victory today as Savary goes 4 1/3. He was relieved by Tyler Guerin, who pitched an inning in 2/3. No hits, 1 run. He struck out 2. And then Dan Wright came in and through the final 3 innings, giving up 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk. He struck out 2. So Dan was solid out of the Iowa bullpen. For Oregon State, Dax Whitney, the freshman, right-hander, did a great job for the Beavers. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. He struck out 11 Hawkeyes, walked only 2. And then Keljo came in out of the bullpen. Traditionally a starter for Oregon State, but he closed the door with 3 innings, 2 hits, struck out 5. And Iowa only drew 1 walk off of him. So the Hawkeyes struck out 16 times today and only 3 free bases via the walk. That's the difference maker in a game where Iowa just got beat today. They didn't really do anything wrong. Last night you kind of feel like maybe Iowa gave the game away to Oregon State. Today, not the case. You tip your cap to the Beavers, who are an outstanding program, outstanding team, ranked 10th in the country. And you tip your cap to a team that just played better today. Iowa getting beat 5-1 by Oregon State. All right, we'll be back to close things down right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready, an award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
Oregon State with 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They left 7 on. The Hawkeyes with 1 run, 5 hits. No errors, clean defensively from the Hawks tonight. And 8 left on as Iowa drops to 32-17. Oregon State 37-12. As the Beavers win it tonight 5-1. We'll be back tomorrow, noon, first pitch from Principal Park, as the Hawkeyes will look to avoid the sweep. We'll be on the air at 11:30 Central Time. Some exciting plays, some good plays, a well-fought battle from the Hawkeyes today. Some highlights to recap this one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Savary ready, the pitch. Ground ball to third. Frost has it on 1 hop. Throw to second for 1. Over to first. Double play. 5-4-3, a hot shot to Frost, and he gloved it and turned it. 2-0, Wolf sends to left. Left fielder moving over towards the line. He dives, and he dropped it. It's into the Iowa bullpen, and the runners will get to second and third. Iowa has 2 in scoring position for Dan Rogers. We'll do it again at 2-2. Savary ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Arquette. Good pitch from Sav on the breaking ball. And Iowa holds Oregon State off the scoreboard. Tyler ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Craig. Back-to-back strikeouts of Oregon State hitters here in the 6th. Whitney quickly set. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Caleb sends into left center field. Base hit. Grizzly around third. He'll score. Iowa on the board. Caleb Wolf produces an RBI single with 2 outs. 3-2. Risley lines into left field for a base hit. He timed it up and sent it out to left field. Leadoff single for Risley to start the 8th. Last time up in the 6th. He swings at the first pitch. Ground ball through the 5.5 hole. Risley's around second. He's headed for third. Here's the throw to third. Miles is there. And Gable moves to second base. Heads up base running. Ultimately, Oregon State would win this one by a score of 5-4. 5-1. Again, a good battle from the Hawkeyes, but just couldn't get it done today. Oregon State, a well-played game from the Beavers. And Iowa will look to bounce back tomorrow as we wrap up the series with Oregon State from Principal Park at noon. Looking forward to having you on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Wishing a happy birthday to my broadcast partner, John Evans. Hope to have him back tomorrow and bring some good vibes with him. All right, that'll do it for our coverage of Hawkeye baseball today from Principal Park in Des Moines, where Oregon State wins it 5-1. For my great board op down the line, Morgan, thanks for filling in for Michael today. Morgan, excellent job. I'm John Leo saying so long from the state capitol this evening. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye, but some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Iowa Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Mid-American Energy. Call 811 before you dig. It's the law. Visit midamericanenergy.com for natural gas safety tips. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also brought to you by Wellmark, here for every member, every moment. Learn more at wellmark.com. U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.